If you don't like where you are in your life, it's up to you to change it. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of hard miles. There's going to be a lot of change that you're going to have to do.
It's a frosty morning.
But no one's going to come save you. No one's going to do it for you. It's up to you. And I know firsthand what that's like. So let me tell you a little story.
Are you so happy doing all the things that you're doing right now that if I asked you 5 years from now, how's that going for you? I'm going to say most people, they'd say no. They're not happy. And there's a number of reasons why.
The ending to this video kind of breaks my heart. Sometimes I wish I could change the world.
The sun is just peeking through the trees.
But I can't. Life just continues on.
A little over 10 years ago, I was in a really bad place. I was struggling in my life. I was fat, out of shape, really sick, and I honestly was putting on a face of happiness for everyone around me because I didn't want them to see how broken I was. I even had a friend who came into my life in one of those dark times, and little did I know this person was a narcissist. And you know, as time went on, I got lonelier, sicker, miserable. My business started to suffer, and I had to turn it around. I couldn't keep going the way I was going because, you know, yeah, we don't need to fill in the gap. I think we kind of know what I was trying to say there. So there was a day I woke up and I took a look at myself in the mirror and I said, "You idiot. How the heck did you get yourself into this position? No one's gonna come save you, Dave. No one's gonna come rescue you. You gotta do this on your own." That was really hard. It was a hard pill to swallow. And so, with nobody in the house, I started throwing a lot of junk food into the garbage from my pantry. I started to come up with a plan to save myself, you know, from the utter destruction that it was causing me. And little did I know all those years ago where it would lead me to today. If I hadn't looked in that mirror that day, called myself an idiot, and took change, like real change to heart, you know, if I didn't take action, I'd still be that guy. Now over these, you know, more than 10 years, the narcissist was only 5 years ago. Was it 5? Yeah. 5 years ago where I got rid of them. And that was a big ball and chain around my neck. You know, people say, how did you allow somebody to come into your life and literally take over how you looked, how you lived, your thoughts, your belief, your self-worth. How did you allow that to happen? And they say, I would never allow that to happen to me. And you know what? Good on you. Because the one thing I know is we as human beings, we are all experiencing a different life. No two people are the same. You could go watch a movie with one person and talk about the movie later on. And you realize you've got two differing points of what the movie was about, how it made you feel. So when people come on here and say, you know, start pointing fingers, never judge. Never judge a book by its cover. Never judge another human being. Because honestly, in our world today, we get brainwashed in so many ways. Food companies, political parties, big corporate companies. So that morning, I decided I wasn't going to live the way I was living anymore. Every joint in my body ached. I could barely walk to the mailbox without needing to take a break. My heart rate was like 169, 170, over like 110. And again, for some of you, that may not be high. It may be higher for you. And like I said, everybody is different. So, you know, going to the doctor, you know, and saying, I need to have a checkup to see where I'm at, you know, and then turn around and say, well, you need to be on blood pressure medication. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. Another subscription, another rabbit hole to explore. And I was like, you know, doc, give me the benefit of the credit, or benefit of the doubt. I want you to give me, I don't know, give me a year and let's see what I can do. And you know what? I went back a year later. She didn't know who I was. I was sitting in the waiting room. And I said, hi doc. She took, well, I said her name, but, oh, let me come back to the story for a sec, but check this out. How gorgeous is that? Oh, I love mornings. It's my favorite time of the day. So gorgeous. You know, coming through the trees, the sun rays, the day is starting to evolve, like, I don't know, just be born again for the next 24 hours. It's a moment of reflection on my life. It's a reflection on my values, and reflection, my mouth is cold, that's why it's kind of hard to talk. It's a reflection on my life, like, you know, what am I doing in this world? So, the reason for this video is reaching others who are struggling in their life, to let them know, to let you know, if that's you, that it's okay. It's okay. We all struggle. If it wasn't for my struggle with where my life was and my unhappiness, and the situation I was in, I wouldn't be who I am today. I used that grief. I used that sadness and anger and despair and frustration. I used it to lose 100 pounds. I used it to go from not running to being able to run a marathon and another one, multiple 10Ks. I took up trail running. I became a different version that I was craving for so long. Then the pandemic hit. Well, actually, before the pandemic hit, there was another speed bump in my life. Business was really bad. So I was struggling on that end. And, one of my marathons didn't go the way I wanted it to go. So I used that as an excuse to throw in the towel. But these speed bumps, these moments in time, they're called life. And it's okay when these things happen. You can sit in your misery. You can allow it to fester, to turn into a great big nasty, scar on your life. Or you can pick up the pieces and start all over again. And that's what I did. I picked up the pieces after the misery and despair took me down some dark places, thinking I was a failure yet again in my head. That's what I thought, but nobody else knew it. Then COVID happened. And I used that opportunity to get rid of not just one narcissist that I didn't even know was a narcissist until I started doing research and figuring things out and being a critical thinker and educating myself, because that's what it's all about, is education. So I basically blocked them all, social media, told everyone to get lost, didn't want to see them. And that was liberating. Then it was time to focus on me. Started running again. Life started to change again for me. Started this YouTube channel. And then I started using the Maffetone method. So I used the Maffetone method for like 6 months. I lost a ton of weight. I got so much faster. And I continued to do it. But the COVID kind of knocked me out a little bit. A couple of notches. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this time and this momentum that I've built up, and I'm going to start putting it into my running. And I'm gonna run that ultra marathon I wanted to run. I had signed up for an ultra marathon in 2020, but it wasn't going to happen. Obviously it was canceled. But I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to use this fitness I have. I'm going to design my own course. And I'm going to use this YouTube channel to help me. I'm going to help others. So over the remaining 2020, I kept training for this ultra marathon that I designed. And then on October 25th, I ran that ultra marathon in just over 11 hours. Yep, I ran an ultra marathon. Something I've wanted to do for a long time. That's 50 miles, 80 kilometers. And I did it. Wasn't easy. If you don't like what you see, do something about it. Because only you can do the hard things. Only you can change your life. Only you can put in the miles. Only you can come up and design the life that you want. Too many people just give up. I was that person. I gave up. But then, now in 2021, I got injured. I came back from that ultra marathon too fast, too soon. So I struggled for a year dealing with an injury. Sometimes you just have to stop on your run and appreciate nature. So 2021 was a terrible year. I picked up that injury and I dealt with it all year, so I couldn't do a whole lot. And then 2022, things started, happening with my motivation. I was still trying to figure my way out. 2023, things started to improve. And then everything kind of came off the rails because my wife, she got sick. She was a vibrant, healthy person who could hike. I don't know, some crazy stuff with me. But she deteriorated. And it's been, we're going on 2.5 years of it's absolute hell. It's terrible. Anyway, so my vibrant wife is no longer vibrant. She's disabled. Life throws curveballs at you, but you don't stop. Life moves on. We all struggle. We all have stuff happening in our life, but it's up to us to keep going. And she motivates me to get out the door to improve my health, my well-being, even though I'm working my ass off, just trying to support my family. It's hard. But people need to hear that you're not alone, man. You're not alone. So if you're still here watching this video, I love you guys. Thanks for allowing me to come on here and spill my guts and share some stuff that's going on in my life. Maybe you can use it to improve your life, because we all have something. We all have something that we're going through. And I'm finding my way back to get motivated to continue to run, even with all these life challenges in my way. I'm doing it. I'm doing it because that's who I am. I'm not that victim anymore. I'm better than that. I can do hard things. So from me to you, like I always say, well, maybe I don't always say this, find your path. Find your path in life and get out and run. See you on the next one. Beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad I live here. I'm so glad I am on this earth. I am just so grateful. for everything that I have in my life. Get out and run, Dave. Get out and run.